Um, the reason the reason I used to act up in school, I think, is because like my home life weren't the best. Growing up, my dad was in and out of jail, and stuff was going on in the family, and I was brought up around bad people, and it was just the way I was acting. We moved to Bolton because we was getting death. I personally got death threats because of something my dad had done previous. I was kind of like, I have to move because of something that a person I'm supposed to look up to has done to me. It's just not a good situation, and that was why I was taking out on my teachers. Like, I lost respect for adults and for older people, because it's like, if an adult that's supposed to love me can treat me a certain way and be a certain way with me, then why should I listen to somebody that doesn't even know me? Like, my elder sister, it turns out now that she's my stepsister. We've got the same mums but different dads. But we always grew up thinking that my dad was her dad too. There was stuff going on, but nobody would tell, like me and my little sister, what was happening, because they wanted to keep it away from them and keep it secret. But one day, like, my elder sister, me and her had an argument. She told me what had happened and everything. I couldn't believe it. I didn't believe it. I didn't think anything. Like, I didn't think that my dad would do anything like that. At the time, I didn't want to believe that about my dad, and I couldn't accept that that was what my dad was like. Looking back on it now, as a man, I know that what my sister was saying was totally true, and I can't imagine what she was going through, because like the pain it caused me mentally, and like the scars it's left with me. I felt like people were thinking and people were acting like I was going to be the mirror image of him, and like, being a man, I couldn't even contemplate putting my hands on her. Like, it don't even bear thinking about for me anything like that. But that weren't the last thing that got said about anything. Like, after he served his time and everything, my little sister then came out with an allegation, like, and I thought, oh, here we go again. And again, me being like loyal to the wrong person and to the wrong people. And even though it had gone to court about my older sister and got found to be true, I still didn't want to believe it, because I want to see the best in people. But the case got dropped. But it caused another division between me and my little sister. So who do you go to talk to? You can't talk to the person in question, because it's like, talk to my dad. Like, I couldn't talk to my dad, because he'd done that much over the years. He'd instilled that much fear into me that even if I had a problem, I couldn't go and speak to him about it. My mum was just like an empty shell of a person. My little sister was too young to understand what was going on. I was stuck there on my own. So it was kind of like, that's when sport became my way out. And I started wrestling when I was like 14. Got into it through a teacher. I was being naughty in my lessons and got kicked out. And the only teacher that I'd listened to at the time was a teacher called Mr. Lees. And he was watching over the wrestling class at the time. So when I was watching it, I liked what I saw. And at the time, Andrea was running a after school club. So I thought, I'll go down and have a try. It looks like a good way to have a fight without getting in trouble. So I went down, enjoyed it. I was a little fatty at the time and a bit unfit. And the first person I got put up against was a girl from the wrestling club now, Louisa. And she, put it this way, she flattened me. So I weren't too impressed about that, but just got on with it and enjoyed it. My coaches were there for me all the time if I needed anything. If I needed some advice on anything, on any level, even from a training perspective and from a lifestyle perspective, like if I needed to talk to somebody, I had someone to talk to. It weren't just a 2-hour thing. It was more a 24-hour. I love you. I'll be there for you if you need me. And where that should have been coming from my parents and people that in my family, it weren't coming from there. So wrestling gave me that. Like the team, we was all a unit. It was like a little family. Even though when you're on a wrestling mat and you're on your own, it's you doing what you're doing. These are all the people around it, like your coaches, your teammates, your people that are just involved helping get stuff sorted out, like competitions and kit and whatever. We're all one big family. And I played football all my life, but I never got that family unit. It was always more of a, alright, well, you come into training, and it was just a lads sport, like, yeah, how you doing, mate? But whatever. But with the wrestling, it sort of gave me the love and family unit that I was always looking for. I want people to understand that I'm not doing this in any negative way. I'm doing this in more of a positive way to show people that there's you don't have to be. You can stop a cycle. If you decide this isn't me, this isn't for me, like, I want people to see that it's not right, that the stuff that they're going through, and you can stop the cycle. And the whole point of me doing this is I don't mind telling my past to help somebody's future, and hopefully, like today, what I've done can help your future. And that's only because of the support that I've had, the help that I've had from Heartlift and from the people involved, and having good people around me. And I've not forgotten the stuff that's gone on, but I've forgiven, and that's the whole way in life. And I think that's why I've found some peace in my life, to be able to have these nice things, because you've got to be able to cut the negative stuff, and to let the positive, nice things come into your life. And I've finally found a peace in my life where I've been able to forgive the people that have hurt me, but I've not forgotten. But I just want people to know that you're a master of your own destiny, and you're not a victim of your past.